Welcome back to Small Bee Acres. In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to continue where we left off. We're going to continue building the swarm traps as well as the hives. So I've invited my brother Pete back. He's going to help me to continue to finish this up. If you've watched our other video, you've already met him once, but he's back again today and he's going to get some things done. So what do you say?
I had a lot of fun with the last video, so looking forward to today, see what we can get accomplished. I just like to thank everybody for watching these videos and egging Jake and Tina on to make more. Keep it up. Let's build.
Let's get at it. Okay, so right now I'm building the frames where the bees are going to be putting their honey or making their honey. I don't know, do they make honey or?
Yes.
They do make honey?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm making the frame where the bees are going to be making the honey. So I don't know if you can see, there's a little, it gets a little bit smaller here. Okay, so when you put these together, it leaves you a little bit of a gap, and that's where the bees crawl between. So when they're sitting in there. So right now, that's not the frames. What is that?
It's the top.
These are the tops?
These are the tops, yeah. So if you look here.
Oh, so I thought I was making more frames.
Yeah, you can start over. So here, this is the top of the frame right here.
Okay. So I'm not even making any more of these right now.
What? These. Yeah, you are. Cutting all those. You're cutting all those to get rid of this piece.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have to do these right now though, if you don't want.
No, that's what I thought I was doing here. That's what I'm set up for.
Oh, those are the tops.
Okay, so we need the tops first, right?
We may as well, because then we can put some together. You can always cut those later and assemble those later.
Right.
Because you got the jig now. So.
Okay, so I'm not building frames. Well, this is still part of the frame, but just a different part of the frame than I thought. This is the bottom. So I got to notch out the bottom so we can put them on there. But I got a nice little pile going here. Make the bottoms. So let's get to it.
Okay, what? This one's not quite square. Okay, this one is.
Can we knock it over?
So we'll always just push it up against that side when we're doing it. So now we're going to need, these are the cut ones.
Bring 2 of these over. Bring 4 of these. And 2 of these.
So what you're going to do, so this is just before you start filming. This is how they go in there. And then these, this is so handy, I should have done this before. So
is that far out?
I don't think it's quite that far out, but it's not going to matter as long as this side is square. That side isn't going to matter as much. It could be that we just cut a little too much of this out, but we'll nail these together. Here you go. I'll put a little bit of glue in here, like so, and then the top is where the glue matters. The bottom, not so much.
You're not putting glue there?
We can. I'm not so worried about this. This is where they usually come apart.
Okay, so then this one gets nailed?
Yep, stapled. You fit it in there. We can probably trim this a bit if we need to. And then do this one here, here and here. That will work.
No?
This is just our practice one.
Two?
Got one each, and then what you can do then is lift this up. And the top one here gets one.
Right here?
Yeah, you can go two. Yeah, that's good, like that. And then you could always do an extra one there.
Oh, now I can go this way too, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Like if you're doing all these, you could wham through all of them and then go back and touch them up. That's one. Okay. And then this one here, good to go.
Okay, so
Now you can explain what we just did there. You got these two here. This one. Let's grab another one. Introduce that. Hey, take out your ear stuff.
I'll be yelling.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been working up a storm. I've got out a bunch of pieces. So we're cutting out the frames right now. So if you can see, these are the sides. So if I come close, got a little space in there. So that's where the bees are going to crawl between. So they can build their honeycombs up. Cut a bunch of bottoms. Oh, got a bunch of tops. And we have this jig. So we made something that looks very much like that. Okay.
See if I can figure this out. Okay, so I'm thinking this is the top, so it goes here. No, that's the bottom. So these ones go here like this. There we go. That's it? Good. Let me see. So that goes in there. This sits in here, like so.
Pieces of wood in here. I want to put a little bit of glue in here. Just a dab of PL. And I can take it out of there and we have a little frame here. The frame is ready to be put in. Okay, now let's see if it fits. So this is how it fits in there. It's nice and snug. And then eventually it gets all filled up. The frames, they just tuck inside here like this. And then eventually you fill that whole thing up. Fill this up to show you how it's going to look like when it's all full. Wait, come inside. Oh, he's got asthma. So that's what it's going to look like when it's all full of hives.
See or can't see? You're supposed to. Okay.
That's going to fit nice. How are you supposed to open this now?
The hive tool.
Right now.
I'm interrupting.
No, I can edit that up. So it's going to be nice and tight up top here. Nice, so this really gets all sealed off and then the lid goes on here after. We haven't done the lid yet. But once the frames are all built and tucked in here, then you're gonna need this fancy tool here. It's called the beekeeper's tool. And then you go in there and you pry this up. See, this one doesn't have a frame yet. You pry them up and then you lift them up. Let's see where is that frame? What? There's my coffee. How did that get in there? Always good to find your coffee. Better not put it back in there. I'm gonna put it over here. Now where was I? Oh yeah, the frames. So then you come over here, and then with any little bit of blessing, we're gonna have honey over here, and then, hey, I've been framed. Get it? I've been framed. I crack myself up. Thank you.